Hey, stoned wrestling fans. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, it's free. Hey, more money for that overpriced dispensary weed. Also, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor's also going to distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that jazz. You can make money from your podcast as well with no minimum listenership. Yo, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. But maybe smoke first, because that's always good.
The cat is back. So stop playing in my kitty litter.
What up?
What's going on, everybody? It's that time again. You know what time it is. It's the 420 Wrestling Hour here with Over Easy, Arium, a.k.a. the Canary, and JB Bad. We don't have an a.k.a. for you yet.
Yeah, I got to step my a.k.a. game up now.
Get there.
I'm lacking in names.
I got a few, the King of Bong style.
A consistent gimmick of mine is just not serving me well.
How about it? Tombstone Kyle Driver. I can
what
go for
in
that
the world?
I'm thinking of him off the top of my head now.
He's JB Bad, aka Street Profits hater, aka
Street Profits hater. I don't hate the Street Profits. Aren't they the number 4 PWI tag team of the in the world right now? Isn't that where they are?
How long is it going to take us on this show to get on this topic of New Day Street Profits FTR? It's like the best conversation of this show.
Immediately, because he came in just flexing his shirt at me. Like I know y'all can't hear this.
I'm wearing this.
I know you can't see this, but he comes up here with like an OnlyFans account, just walking in with a t-shirt and panties, just t-shirt, Street Profits t-shirts, seductively sliding down the wall. It was weird, man, but I'm aroused.
Well, just like the Street Profits, we are up and we do want the smoke, and we have the smoke, don't we?
We got it.
What are you guys smoking today? The Canary. What's the Canary smoking on?
Gelato 45. Ooh. Another Chicago strain.
Another one.
That 312 strain. That's your gimmick. The Chicago weed.
That's my gimmick right now. You know we love Obama. 45, baby.
45. I am always once again for you cartridge smokers, be careful and don't accidentally throw away all your weed. Almost did that. Had to go in. Yeah, I had to get it together. But no, right now I have the saved from the garbage runts. Got them runts.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, I do like the runts.
Yeah, I got the runts.
Name. And I'm smoking the LA Wedding Pop. I've had this before, but it's a delectable hybrid, testing at about 25%. Doing the trick.
They're thinking about 25%. I'm becoming a connoisseur. My balls are absorbing into my body. This is my career now. It's my full-time job. If you guys want to talk cannabis at all, we can. I can get real into the nuts and bolts of it with you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That might be the one thing our weed wrestling podcast is missing: an actual review of weed.
Exactly. We're gonna find a flow, and we're gonna find segments and shit eventually. The show is still figuring out who it is. You know,
it's in its infancy. Y'all just collecting names and shit, and I'm still dragging behind with one sad, sorry name.
My problem is I haven't found any weed that I don't like. It's hard for me.
True that. Yeah.
Is that possible? Is that like finding a blowjob you don't like?
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. It's
I've had plenty of blowjobs I don't like.
I mean, I've had blowjobs that are worse than other ones, but a bad blowjob is still a blowjob, brother. Right. Like someone's mouth in your penis. Oof. How bad can that be? As long as they ain't causing you pain.
I'm going to tell you, bro. Like, sometimes I'll be like, man, just use your hand. Somebody, you know.
That's also an option.
Yeah.
Why? That's not... Hey, man.
Over Easy, please. I'm sorry. Over Easy. Go ahead.
We're talking about S and the D's, just like the Street Profits. You know,
yeah.
Hey, wait.
The New Day's whole thing is sexual gimmick, sexual innuendo gimmick. It works. You know?
Yeah, come on.
There's no rules on the 420 Wrestling Hour. You know, we can talk about whatever we want.
I mean, let's not talk about S and the D's, because we saw FTR shaving each other's backs on Monday Night Raw.
And that,
1 year ago
and
today.
That proves not 1 year ago today. That proves how great they are. They had to overcome that.
Right?
Like ain't not a brain buster or a tag combination you can do that's gonna get you out of that mess. If the boss says, "Hey, go shave," I'm a wrestler. I can't arm drag this situation. You got me shaving a man's back. How is that my problem?
Thank you, Vince. Thank you.
Yeah,
Vince.
And that's exactly why it wasn't their fault.
It wasn't.
True.
Didn't make
That's
it.
true.
They didn't make it. I will say though, now that we're talking about our favorite tag teams, did you guys see after Survivor Series, FTR tweeted at New Day and Street Profits? They said,
Hey.
Street Profits and New Day, thank you. That's all. That's what their tweet said. I found that very cool.
That's awesome.
Like game recognizes game, brother.
Exactly.
They're some ballers. And they are also, FTR is the number one tag team on PWI, so I just want you to know that they're the number one tag team in the world.
Dang, over Young Bucks.
Over Young Bucks.
And
Over Street Profits. Over New Day.
And how about the
just over everybody. Over
the golden,
Easy. They're over
golden
me
ro-
and you.
They're over everybody. And the Golden Role Models, who I thought probably maybe should have been the top tag team of the year. They were pretty dominant.
That's pretty good.
At least in kayfabe.
I bet if they'd had better opponents, they would have done that.
Exactly. But tag teams, ooh, man. What did I just watch? SmackDown, where Bobby Roode and the showstopper Dolph Ziggler pulled a fast one on our friends the Street Profits.
Them old ragtags, as you call them.
Exactly. The ragtags. It's like, I'm okay with everything that, like the promo beforehand. I just want them to come up with a name and have one entrance. They keep calling them Ziggler and Rude. It's a mouthful. Just make them a tag team. That's all I need.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? What are we high on in wrestling this week? We last time we talked about Survivor Series, and we talked a lot about NXT and AEW. I did not watch AEW this week. It was a holiday, Thanksgiving. I didn't have time to watch it. I intend on getting around to it, or maybe you guys can give me the highlights or what I need to check out. But do you guys want to jump right into AEW?
We can start with AEW.
I had the same problem with Raw, so I'm gonna need y'all to carry me when we get to that point. So
that's cool.
All right.
So you guys both watched Dynamite?
I did watch.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, like, I'm not gonna go in order of the show. I'm trying to give some grace, if it may be, to the women's division, because it just can't compare, and y'all have kind of taught me that. So I was watching this week, and I was like, you know what, Anna Jay is not the most skilled in the ring. I don't think, like, she doesn't like wow me as far as like technical wrestlers, but she's interesting to watch, and like I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying Tainara Conti, that she has a job, that
I like her.
She may be in a feud with her very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I like Hikaru Shida. She's dope. There was some girl that interrupted them at the end of the match.
Abaddon.
Abaddon. So I was like, I don't know her very much, and I don't know if she's good in the ring, but I was like, I'm into this. She like
something new.
Came in, licked the championship, and
drooling blood
weird.
everywhere.
I was like, okay, I don't know.
Was this a debut?
But I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I mean, her debut in AEW. She's been around on the indies. I think she's done some work in Impact. Just a really cool, kind of creepy character. Kind of just messy, reminiscent of Abyss back in the day.
JB.
Did we lose everybody? Has the internet failed?
Bad one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is.
we paused.
JB, you back?
He went fiend on us.
I went fiend on us.
Yeah.
All right.
You back, JB?
Yeah, I'm back. I never left.
Oh, okay. So whenever you started talking, we lost you.
Oh, okay, good. No, okay, yeah. Abaddon, she did some great work in Impact. She's been around on the indies. Just reminiscent of Abyss. Like that. That's who she puts me in the mind of. Just kind of a different feel, fiendish, kind of scared of kids, and I like that.
Yes.
Dig it.
You know, I almost wish they would like turn, like when she would have entered, if they would like turn the lights down or like off. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like what she's doing kind of lends itself to that.
Yeah.
And sometimes when it's coming out and everything behind is like lime green and purple and, you know, the set, I'm like, I want it to all match.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But I was interested this week, and I was like, that gave me a little hope.
Cool.
Going forward.
I feel like a lot of this this week was a tag team flex. Like we saw a lot of tag team matches. Like we saw like what they're going to do with their future. We saw like the current situation. We saw glimpses at the top of the card. Like this
SCU back.
STU's doing work, and we got to see what the a fully powered Inner Circle is going to function like for a little while. Like I'm going to love that. They're gonna be real annoying for some.
So what do you mean?
Now,
What do you mean
thing.
by that? How they're fully formed? Because I didn't see the show.
Oh, we had a great match between Jericho and Hager and SCU.
I do remember them advertising that last week.
Yeah, and it was just our first look of like what kind of moves and what kind of heel tactics that are a big MJF featured Inner Circle is gonna do.
Yes,
and like it was some
when
good
they walked in. When they walked in, and all like 9 or 10 of them were just standing at the top.
Come on,
9 or 10.
And Jericho's music just slaps, y'all. Like it slaps, man.
Baby.
It's hard.
Oh, what a cool entrance!
You want to be a part of a crowd like that eventually, don't you? Like we.
Oh, yes.
I want to sing that with a crowd so bad.
I so do, man.
Oh God, someday.
Man.
All I want in life. Yeah, but like and I just like the interaction between them. Like when MJF snuck that hit in on Christopher Daniels, and the way like Ortiz and Santa like, yeah, that's how we do. That's how we do.
Right.
All right. I like you. I like how I see you getting in here. Like it was just fun to watch all those dynamics at play. And like they could play with that, and I would enjoy things of that nature for a good minute.
Now, for me, I feel like MJF has to be the last person in the group, unless someone else leaves, or I don't know, because how many people in the company is going to be NWO? Like, how many people is it going to be too much?
Yeah, I think that's probably this is probably the max. The max it can be. It feels very overwhelming, and I also don't think there are many other characters running around in AEW that even make sense. So
MJF made sense. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
We looked at that from the beginning. They teased that at the beginning of like the whole thing of Inner Circle, how nice that would be. And that's one of the things I like about AEW. They really just do a good job of telling long-term, multi-layered stories that could go anywhere if you pay attention. Like they've been working with this Adam Page Hangman thing through 2 other storylines that he went through. And they're like, hey, we can come back to this. Like, so people always have something to do because they build it that way. Like, and I just love that about them.
I love that about AEW too, and the factions are maybe it's something that WWE has resisted as of late, but the number of factions and the fact that they build them and they have people joining. You had Will Hobbs join Team Taz. This could lead to some awesome like faction warfare, which you don't get to see a lot.
I would love it.
I
would
WWE.
love it.
Faction. Everybody loves factions. Everybody wants to be part of something, man. Like that's.
And then you want to see them go at it together, a bunch of factions. Like that's what Survivor Series could and should be. But
and you don't need.
That's what War Games is.
And you don't need stakes. I mean, not like you don't need prizes per se if you have these factions fully established, and you just let them bump up against each other. And you win some, you lose some, but as long as you stay true to it, you're gonna have some fans. Like that's all you want.
Right on.
That's where bragging rights actually does matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I loved all that.
Yeah, me too, man. Speaking on tag teams, did I miss something, or why was it not Ray and Pinto?
Pinto's hurt.
Like, oh, okay. I was so confused because I was like, he's right there. Like, what is this? What is this ragtag parent?
Well, you should have seen that. If you go back and watch the match, and when Butcher and Blade go over the top to attack him in the entrance, watch how smooth Pinto just steps on out the way. He steps out like a grandpa at Thanksgiving. He's like, well, we just go ahead and get up out of here now. His whole brother's getting his head kicked in, and Pinto's like, I'm over here.
Oh my gosh.
He's got the red jersey on. He's the QB.
Yeah, he really did.
No, don't touch.
That is straight how he was. He was like, I'm non-contact today.
Exactly.
So how'd you feel about the Taz? The Taz shoot.
I saw
with
that.
Cody and that. You go first.
Oh, you
because
saw that
I
one?
have thoughts, but you go first. Oh yeah, I loved it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought Easy saw it. Okay, my bad. Oh yeah.
Well, I saw it on Instagram. I saw AEW posted about it, and then I watched their little clip of Taz choking out Cody, and I loved that whole segment.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So you had a lot of fun with it, right?
I did, yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Okay.
I had a lot.
It was a little messier of a watch for me. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Okay.
it didn't ruin it. It just, I couldn't quite. It wasn't quite flowing for me. I liked what was happening, but the execution wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. But like, you know, but that I feel like that's the thing for Taze. It didn't seem to bother you, and what they were going for made great sense. So I was like, all right. You know, I just might have just gotten hung up on a little thing like a wording choice and just ruined it for myself. But,
no, I hear that.
Yeah,
when I'm talking about this show now, I am now just knowing that their production to me is different. And I am used to a WWE product. That is the product that I consume. That's the product that I prefer. So when I'm watching AEW, I have to kind of be like, okay, I wouldn't have seen it that way, or I wouldn't do it that way, but it worked. You got to where you wanted to go. Yeah. So I just like the storyline, maybe not so much the execution.
Yeah. But I was interested how you felt on Instagram, because maybe they edited it to exactly what they wanted it to be.
Yes,
by the time you saw on Instagram,
that could very well be.
So
it was just like a minute and a half clip, so it was just the meat of it.
Yeah, it was a little messy, and but I still enjoyed Taz just trying to make that belt mean something. We actually touched on this last week. We talked about consolidating the belts, and I really don't want that. I love that AEW has a bunch of belts. Like, it does give people stuff to fight about. It hints about a world outside of it. I love that Kenny Omega is the Triple A champion in Mexico, because why the fuck not?
Sure.
Why wouldn't he be? He's a great fucking wrestler, and if he ever went over there, he'd probably beat your champion. Like,
it's true.
Absolutely.
I'm all for the more championships, the merrier. I just don't like them separated by brand.
Okay.
I think that closes off possibilities, and it makes especially the top dog being one guy and one woman, like the WWE Men's and Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Or change the name, because you can't be the WWE Champion and the WWE Universal Champion. Like,
especially when they look so similar.
Yeah. If you're trying to get to attract laymen, people who aren't fans, who are trying to wrap their heads around this, how do you know which one's more big of a deal?
Who's the top dog?
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, he's the Universal Champion, but we as WWE people know the lineage goes through the WWE Championship. So I just wish that they would keep that, get rid of the Universal, and then the top dog can bounce around between shows because he's the top dog. But
no, I feel you on that.
But that's a complaint with WWE too, because it's like I think that the WWE Championship should be the big dog because of the lineage. But now I think everyone knows that the Universal Championship is somehow just a tad bit more important.
I don't think they think that. I think
really?
For me, it's a situation where the WWE Championship is the bigger championship, and the Universal Championship is on the bigger star. So they're trying to give the rub in that way.
Huh.
They're trying to make a lineage for the Universal Championship that'll make it mean something.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't make any sense.
Interesting.
Because it needs that. It would need that prestige right now. You would need great guys you would want the champions to be. The Universal Championship could not afford a Jinder Mahal right now. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not a time for a transitional champion with the universe, or never.
Almost never. But like, especially if you're getting it started, you need great champions. Like I think AEW's doing a good job with its championships. Like, it's telling great stories, but if you think about it, I think you can see its future champions right in front of you. You know who they're going to be. You know this is going through Kenny. You know this is going through Hangman. You know this is going through MJF. It's just a matter of building them correctly.
Right.
And I do enjoy that process. I think Universal Championship is going through a much messier, less meaningful version of that.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess
maybe. I like who has it right now.
Yeah. Like, and imagine if any of those.
We
own WWE.
We don't have to.
We'll get back to that.
That's my fault. I think I brought us over there, but it's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But we got Mox Omega.
Oh yeah,
next
baby.
week on Winter is Coming, which is a special program on cable. It's not a pay-per-view, but what do they classify that as?
I mean, AEW's only got 4 pay-per-views a year, so they got, like, if you did one.
I think this takes the place of one. It's not called a pay-per-view. It's on Dynamite, but I think they're billing it as a pay-per-view quality.
Yeah, it's
Dynamite
like their Fighter Fest thing and their
right.
Double or Nothing that they did, or it wasn't Double or Nothing. It was something else that they did that was casino themed, but they did it during Dynamites.
All Out.
No, All Out's like a proper. One of their
programs. I know what you're talking about, but
I can't call to it because I smoked.
But
it's runts.
It's exciting.
Exactly.
The card looks good.
Yeah,
card looks good.
And was this the go home show for it? Is this next week?
Yeah. Next week.
Yeah.
All right. So the stories are built, and we're gonna pay him off next Wednesday.
John Moxley coming in with that promo. Maybe saying every cliche God knows to man, but god damn it, it was so fucking cool.
It worked somehow.
like I get that some people think he's pretending to be so cold, but I don't think that anymore.
No,
I get it now.
Yeah.
Like I really do understand it. Like I think JR called him the violent gentleman, and I got that.
The violent gentleman?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Really?
Yeah, just as just like a delineating character trait.
Okay.
Like, other than the Texas rattlesnake, he's a violent gentleman.
I don't know if that really fits Moxley,
gosh.
but I guess I don't watch the show that regularly. Does he do gentlemanly things?
I mean, yes. Yeah.
All right,
like the way he cares for Eddie Kingston,
guess.
the way he looks after Darby Allin, like...
that's true.
He's a man of the people. He's a man of his family. He's just violent. He loves garbage wrestling.
Hey, I think you sold me on that. All right, the violent gentleman.
Yeah.
He might have to. He might have to. Press up a little bit more.
Did you see any of his stuff in New Japan when he first got the U.S. title?
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch any of them live, but I saw a lot of his aftermatch promos and stuff like that.
He had that young boy that he just kind of adopted and was like training to be cool. And it was just, he's fucking adorable.
Okay. Hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for that match.
Predictions?
Shit.
Yeah, man.
I think it would be a huge deal for them to crown a new champion on cable TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is where most of their audience is. They're not, most of their audience, I don't know if they're spending $50-$60 on a pay-per-view. So my pick would be to do it now. I think they're going to give it to Omega.
I think so.
What about you, Bad?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think sorry.
No, go ahead. You cooking.
But no, I think they're going to do it, man. I saw them post something on IG, TNT, I think AEW on TNT did, and it said it was one of those John Moxley pictures where they were really putting over that he had been champion for 18 months.
Yeah.
And I think seeing things like that sometimes,
months.
I know it could be like a swerve. That's what it
said. 18 months.
I was like, or
I think it was like
I don't know what it said. 18 weeks? Or,
I think it's been 8 months.
Really? How long has he had it?
Wait.
He's the first AEW champion. No, that was Jericho. Duh, Le
yeah.
Champion.
Yeah.
See, yeah, this
He
that
just
LA
calls
wedding
himself
pop.
that.
Exactly. Yeah, so maybe you're right. Yeah, the AEW's been in existence for 18 months.
Yeah. So I think Jericho did the first 6 or 7.
Oh no, sorry. So it says the quote was, and it was a John Moxley quote, "You're going to have to climb a mountain that nobody's been able to climb in 18 months."
He hasn't lost in that amount of time.
Right.
And that's where that's cool promos like that is where wins and losses matter. They get to say shit like that.
Yes.
I
dig that.
Yeah.
So I think he loses it on that one. On this one.
I am going to say he retains just to give us some drama. just to give us some drama. Because Kenny has kind of called his acumen into question.
You
know what I mean? Kenny's point is you can't wrestle. And it's been a lot of people's points. You know what I mean?
You can't wrestle like Kenny.
Yeah, he can't wrestle like Kenny, but maybe he gets one on Kenny this time. You know? Kenny's not
see.
But yeah, I don't know, but this is going to be a good match. I tell you that. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm not going to miss this Winter's Coming. But what else is happening on that card?
Yeah, what we got on the Winter's Coming card?
It is.
We're going to have somebody just qualified to fight against. I think the team that just beat Top Flight. I think they're gonna take on the Bucks.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. I don't know. What's happening with Cody? Who's he wrestling?
Oh, I think that's gonna be him trying to figure out the issues with Darby and Taz and them.
Right.
He's gonna be dealing with Team Taz.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I think it's Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes versus Hobbs and Starks.
Oh, okay. But Cody's the TNT. No, Darby's the TNT champion, so that won't be on the line.
Darby's TNT. We got Britt Baker versus Layla Hirsch.
Cool.
No, that is.
Yeah. Yes.
I love Layla.
Chris Jericho versus Frankie Kazarian.
Okay.
Yeah. We got a battle royale, Dynamite Diamond Battle Royale.
You gotta have
MJF,
those.
Wardlow, Paige, Guevara. A whole slew of cats. Hardy is in there for some reason.
Oh yeah, he's launching a new gimmick, the iconic Matt Hardy.
Okay.
It's
true.
Right.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not speaking on it yet, but that's all we got. Mm-hmm. And then we got Mox Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main event. I think
that's going to be a big chunk of the match. Like I could see that going 45 minutes, promos and entrances.
The Battle Royale?
No, the Moxley Omega.
Mox
match.
Omega.
I could see him starting at 45 to go with all the intros and packages, and that whole actual match taking 30 plus minutes.
Oh man,
I hope so.
That's gonna be amazing.
I hope so.
Like, because you're giving away that match on TV, you don't want to give away much more.
No.
That's a lot to give away. So let's get some people on the show that might need establishing. That's how a boxing promoter would do it.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah. Because we're tuning in for that no matter what.
Yeah, that should be a show to get high for.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that AEW is doing that I really like. It's a subtle thing. They started putting people's names in the bottom left corner with their attire colors, kind of like it's like MMA or boxing. And
nice
I was like,
touch.
oh, this is
nice.
That's a nice little visual touch.
Yeah. And it helps when these people aren't as established.
Right. It's those things that those things that AEW said they were going to do, making it more statistics based and real sports based. I didn't think I was going to be into that because that's not why I watch pro wrestling. But watching AEW now and seeing the win-loss records in the entrance packages and everything, it does a lot, especially for someone who doesn't watch it every week, to know who's major and who's not. It's
right.
It's something I've really come to enjoy. And then you're right, that little touch about the colors, that's good shit.
Yeah. Should we stay on Wednesday?
Why don't we stay on Wednesday
why not?
nights?
We do what the fuck we want to do.
It's time for the black and gold brand.
Yeah.
Black and gold, baby.
Can we just smoke up for all the AEW? That was a good ass show.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
smoke
show.
up for that. Good stuff. Nice go home show.
All right, I just watched NXT today, so I'm fresh on that one.
That was Wednesday. Yeah, I think I watched it Friday. So yeah, I have to jog my memory, but
I just watched it last night.
There was some what were we high on with NXT Wednesday night? What was happening?
We got a heel turn Tony.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about.
So I guess Rhea's staying, huh? Ain't she?
Guess so. At least for War Games.
Shit. Tony Storm is a heel. So I don't know how you guys responded to that initially, but as I was watching, and then I saw as Tony was turning heel, I thought, I hate this decision. This is horrible. Tony Storm is such a great, good guy. This is a garbage decision. I hate it. But then I realized, I think I'm being worked here. I think this was a great decision because I hate it so much. And that's the beauty of a heel turn, is that I was a mark for Toni Storm and I wanted to cheer for her because she's awesome. And now she's a bad guy and I'm going to have to boo her and I'm a mark. And I realized they did it. I realized it was a great execution because I was very upset about it. Like I should have been.
It literally surprised me. I popped. I didn't see it coming.
Same.
I was
like a kid. I was like, oh, this is horrible.
Tony, this is about to be the thickest tag team ever. I can't wait to buy this t-shirt.
I was with it.
No! Everything I wanted is ripped from my hand.
They did it.
Yes.
She betrayed us.
They nailed it.
Yeah. She betrayed us all.
Ember's the one who should be a bad guy, not Toni. She's such a natural, but hey, they did what they did the swerve and I got swerved.
I think
and what a fun group.
Yeah.
Like Candace, Raquel, Dakota, Toni, like
against,
I'm with that little group, man.
Apparently Io, Rhea, Shotzi, and Ember.
I
bet
that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a fun match.
That's gonna be really fun.
The Kevin Owens on that show explaining what a Gargano escape was is my new sexual fetish.
I thought he was great on commentary as far as like explaining things like that, and he made an excuse for I feel like, who was it? It was Kushida and what's our guy? Catch can Thatcher, yeah. They were throwing some kind of bullshit punches at one point, and Kevin Owens was like, "Oh, it's because they're so tired. They can't even get any strength behind them right now." He as a guy who's knows the ins and outs of in-ring working, he's great at doing stuff like that. I just thought his energy was so low the whole show. It's like, pick it up a little. He was kind of boring me a little bit, but
I dug it, man. He was giving me that dry undercut that I was really enjoying. Mostly because he was voicing my frustration with the lack of Morrow. Like the Tyson fight I watched last night had Morrow all over it, and I watched this and I see really missing him, especially because the guy, who's the other commenter that he was working with? That Matthews? What's his name?
You mean on NXT?
On NXT.
Who Morrow was working with?
No, that's there now. Like not. There's Barrett. There's
not Vic. What's his name? Tom Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips. He can't remember moves. He always gets the moves wrong. He's like, oh, he's doing it. That's no. Oh, it's the Anaconda Vice. No, it's not.
Yeah, he's not a wrestling guy. He didn't
really
get a start
isn't.
in the. He's
and KO was giving him the business for that over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's true. So
I was with it.
I dig that. Oh man, Kevin Owens had a good week. Kevin,
the KO show?
The KO show was with remind me who
Leon
Ruff. Yes, because that was Leon Ruff, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought they were trying a little too hard with the comedy and the bits and the just wait. They're gonna the timing of the bits that they were doing with like someone's music is gonna hit. It was just,
that could have been perfect if they'd nailed it.
Yes, but it just all seemed forced after a while. I was like, I get it. You're trying to be funny and the timing was a little off, but I don't know. I'm into the fire that they're giving Leon for sure.
Yeah. I think that match is gonna be awesome.
Shit.
I mean, War Games as a card, like, is gonna be crazy. That's next Sunday, by the way. So we got pretty much the AEW pay-per-view this Wednesday and the NXT pay-per-view this Sunday. Like, what a cool freaking week.
War Games.
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about?
Oh, that KO segment.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think AEW does better meta humor than WWE, but
definitely,
yeah, they have a more depth hand with it. But WWE has more stuff to pull on, like that. Like if the timing of that bit had worked well, where like you said it and they're gonna say the music, that really would have been genius.
Yes,
I did enjoy KO muttering under his breath. About the chairs. He's like, I gotta.
What do I even bring these things out for?
It was killing me.
All right. Yeah, Kevin Owens never ceases to amaze me. You can put him in any situation. He's pretty much killing it. He had a great week in wrestling. Yeah. He might be my MVP of wrestling this week, Kevin Owens. He's did some good shit.
Roll one for KO.
Yeah, he did have a good week.
Smoke up for KO.
Yeah.
Smoke up always.
Smoke up for KO.
Yeah.
Smoke up for KO for sure.
Never stop fighting, never stop smoking.
Hey. What'd you think of the Thatcher Kushida match?
So, Yeah, I came in really looking forward to that match, and I thought that it got off to a little bit of a rough start just because my expectations were so high, but there was a point in the match where they hit a sequence of reversals or whatever that from that point on I was completely bought in, but then I was not happy at all with the ending. I get that they're trying to put what they're doing with Ciampa, and I even liked the moment where he kind of stupidly took his eyes off Kushida and was like staring at Ciampa like, help. He was almost saying like, help me, dude. Like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Aren't his facial expressions great?
Yes.
Aren't they just fucking amazing?
He made me feel empathy for him in that moment.
He's a
he was
baby
just like,
face.
I think you're fucking right about this, man. But anyway, I don't know. But he should not have tapped out in this
I
match.
did not like that.
There's no fucking way he should have tapped. That's his whole
loved
gimmick.
it.
No, okay, well, yeah, sell me on that.
I loved it, and you both know that I'm trying to get into Timothy Thatcher.
I loved him.
Like for some reason, I'm having a hard time seeing him as a babyface. I'm having a hard time finding him.
I don't think that's what they're trying to do.
They're not trying to make him a babyface. That's just
no,
me.
no. But to be that interesting that you want to see him win all the time, like you know what I mean. You want to see him be on the good side. Is that what you're saying?
I just think,
anyways,
it's more of things. I think at his heart, his characters don't line up with his heel. What I'm saying is his actions don't line up with his heel casting.
Oh,
he is
okay,
actually a heel. He's supposed to lose. He's supposed to look bad. But if you actually look at what he does moment to moment, none of it is really heel shit.
Yes,
Ciampa interrupted him.
WWE does this all the time. They do. He's supposed to be a bad guy, but he's actually being a good guy, or they're supposed to be a bad guy and they're doing good, or they're supposed to be a good guy and they're doing bad guy shit. Like they did that with
John
the
Cena
Mysterios this week. John Cena and Rusev. It's crazy, but anyway.
Rusev never cheated in a match his entire damn career, and they tried to make him a heel.
it's exactly what's going on with when Daniel Bryan's like eco champion run. Everything he said was true. It was good guy shit. Like he was just trying to like protect the environment. Everything Sami Zayn says now as a heel, true. Everything he was saying about Thanksgiving is a horrible holiday Americans celebrate on the back of Native Americans eating all this processed bullshit food, and he's getting booed out of the building. But I'm like, where's the lie? Like, this is good. This is good guy shit. Anyway, I'm off the topic, but
I'm off. But
no, I know what you mean. No,
Timothy Thatcher,
but
you loved him tapping out.
I loved him tapping out for Kushida.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it elevated Kushida to tap someone out.
Yeah,
like I don't remember the last time Kushida like tapped someone out in that kind of a match.
But isn't this storyline between Ciampa and Thatcher?
So I think exactly. So you put over Kushida, and then you take Timothy into a new program where he's going to get elevated for being with champion.
I agree, but just roll him up or something. Like his whole gimmick is like. Done that. I guess you're right. Yeah,
they'd already done that finish.
And then again, I may be working myself again. Because just like I was pissed that Tony Storm, maybe I'm just like so pissed that he tapped out because I like Timothy Thatcher so much. Maybe that was the right call. I don't know what's. But I will say that
as long as if they would turn him, God bless it, or we flipped over easy.
I don't know if I'm being worked or not right now.
The eggs are burning. I smell eggs burning.
I think I'm an adult. I think I know. I think I'm like, I get what's I see what's coming. I'm here for the backstage stuff, but I think I'm being worked like a child.
When you go too deep, you fall out the bottom.
Triple H is listening to this, like exactly.
Thanks, Triple. Thanks, Paul.
But like, I did legitimately feel bad for Timothy Thatcher. Like, I felt for him. I was embarrassed for him. I was embarrassed for him in front of his students. I was like, man, it was a bunch of emotions that I usually reserve for baby faces.
Why was the dude the dude from Evolve with the mustache who
he fought against Thatcher a little while ago.
Yeah, but now he's like back. He went back to the school. He's like
and
wearing the shirt again and watching the match. Like did he not?
Put me in a different headspace. I was like, okay, well maybe he's a good teacher. It's like, look, we had our differences.
That's what I'm saying.
In the match, but we're coming back in. You did well. Like I had to punch you on camera, but you know behind the scenes, he's like, there's nothing bad about this guy.
His students respect him enough to like go watch his match, even though he's a shitty person to them. Like Yo, Timothy Thatcher is going to be a good guy before we know it. Just wait.
Like,
The writing is on the wall. This guy's lovable as fuck.
as fuck.
Think about when he was playing fodder to Matt Riddle when he first arrived and took the place of Pete Dunne. He was so lovable, being like the grump to the odd couple with Matt Riddle. Like, it's happening, guys. I can't wait.
You just feel for him so deeply, and his
that's
facial
what it
expressions
is.
show such pain and anguish and regret and sadness and pleading eyes. He's like, Ciampa, why are you doing me like this, man? I'm trying to fight, dog.
He's like, why are you watching me right now? This is horrible.
Just
so
go
good.
back, man.
I think I'm in love with Timothy Thatcher. This guy's amazing.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see.
We'll see. On the opposite end of the scale, Cameron Grimes.
Oh, to the moon, baby.
Still working with Loomis.
Yeah, this is the never-ending kind of thing, I guess. We're still
Okay.
going. We're still riding the coattails of Halloween. We're still pretending like we remember that this ref was a zombie at one point. Let's move on. All right.
Now I want to jump back to something that AEW does. Feuds.
Yes.
Look at the way that they do feuds in AEW. Look at the way the feuds they do on the other Wednesday night show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the multitude of feuds that even if they're not hot, they at least are deeply personal to the characters, and you get that they'll mean something. Even if you go on AEW Dark, you'll see like Tully Blanchard still holds a grudge against Cody Rhodes, and he'll still send Sean Spears after him if he ever gets a pot shot. Like, those bubbling resentments and grudges still pop. And you can light them up any moment. Yeah. And WWE's version of that is just making Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes wrestle gimmick match after gimmick match after gimmick match until we all die.
Because they're doing a strap match now. And I feel like they already did a strap match. Who did we just see do a strap match recently?
Somebody did just do I mean, it might have been Cody.
I think it was Cody. That was dope. But I feel like they did one in WWE too. Oh, yeah. Uso, didn't he? Did they do a strap match? I don't know, but whatever.
Oh, there was something strap related in the Hell in a Cell.
Maybe there was,
together or something.
The Fiend had a strap. It was the Fiend and Daniel Bryan, wasn't it?
Yes, they did. They did do that.
And
yes,
it's another gimmick match that I just can't. You lose me with it because I don't know. Just take the strap off your wrist. It's not tied on there. It's not like. Or make it a rule, like if you take the strap off, you lose. You got to keep the fucking strap on. I'm always just like, just take the strap off and go. You're not tethered to him. Okay, maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I wasn't with it. I just wanted it to be done. Any thoughts, Ariel?
No, I wish I had thoughts. I just don't want to see it.
Yeah,
there's a serial killer, and he's fighting a charismatic cowboy dude.
Yep. I'm over it.
It's not helping either of these guys.
While we're on the bottom, before we shoot back up to a high point, because there's not much left that was bad in the show, I just want to say, somebody let Finn Balor say kitty litter.
What was that? What did he say? He said I was thinking it was like pouring tea or something while they were doing that. He was like a montage promo, and he said something about kitty litter. What the fuck was that?
You heard the best version of it. Absolutely fucking nothing, man. Like, I thought the Jon Moxley promo was full of cliches and they make a whole lot of sense. This was what happens on WWE when you get a promo like that. Man, that shit was suffering succotash. Take the belt off of him now.
There's certain things you just don't say in the world of pro wrestling, right?
The cat is back, so get the kids out my kitty litter. What?
No, it's the juxtaposition there. We don't want to be thinking about kitty litter. Even say cat litter, not kitty litter.
Just sandbox. Say sandbox.
It just makes you think about childish things. It's like when Hell in the Cell was sponsored by Skittles. Every time they were like, Hell in a Cell, sponsored by Skittles.
Yes.
Yes. Don't be afraid, kids. The
Fiend
will be there,
that.
but so will Skittles. It's okay. I can't do it. But
nope.
Anyway, sorry. Side tangent again.
Just had to get that out because we were already at a down point. Just had to get both of those out while we were down there. Jumping right back up, the grizzled young veterans.
Oh yeah, they came back.
Yeah, baby. And I have the same lining in my coat as Zach Gibson, so he's a babyface, or I'm a heel. One of those things.
I think you're a heel.
Fuck.
Damn it. Yeah, those guys are kick ass.
Yeah.
I'm okay with them coming back.
Love it.
Who did they beat up?
Ever Rise.
Oh yeah, those fucking jobbers.
You gotta have them though.
Yeah.
It's true.
They look
So,
good
yeah,
getting beat up.
Grizzled Young Veterans are back, and who are our tag team champions in NXT right now?
The 1-2.
Of course, the Kings of NXT.
Larkin.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, that doesn't make sense that the Grizzled Young Veterans, a heel group, would go after the heel tag team champions, but who knows? Eventually, they'll work their way up the card.
Yeah. I don't think that the Orny Lurkin are going to be like long-term champions. They're going to have a nice solid reign, like respectable reign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There ain't like a 7-month champion. That's not a thing.
I think you're probably right about that.
Yeah. But what do you think about Undisputed Era and the brand going at it at the main event? What do you think about the promo that led up to that?
Let me think here. Ariam, do you have an opinion on that?
Oh, what is it?
Undisputed Era's promo heading into the main event.
So I think really it made me pop, and I felt like, was that the whole thing for it? Like, was it? I don't know that they said anything like that, like really was mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was exciting to see them again,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because we hadn't seen them on TV. I felt like if there would have been a crowd there, that Adam Cole Baby would have been like insane.
Yeah.
Just because it's been nice to see those 4 back. So I was like, I don't know that we needed it, but I was excited to pop.
Okay, that's fair. I guess I hadn't taken that into account. I keep forgetting how good things would be if the crowd was back. Just his mere presence is electric when there's a crowd.
Totally.
So that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when I listen to Adam Cole, I cannot hear a baby face. Like
It's going to take some getting used to.
He did a little better at the end, like when he was really firing up the crowd that wasn't there. Like, but when he talks to the camera, he's such a dick. And you know what? I cannot wait for you to get in the ring so I can humiliate you, so I can show him what a coward you are. So I can, like, that's not about a babyface talks about an upcoming fight.
Not really.
But the only babyface in that group is Kyle.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle is such a sympathetic human being.
Yes.
You know? Like
Man.
something about him. He just that's your only true baby face.
Yeah, his little trip to the main event for that takeover was solidified that for me for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Love seeing him and Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm. That coat is main event.
dude,
Pete's coat.
it was
Put in-
good to see.
You can put both belts on him. You can take my belt.
Bro, so what did you think about the music, Kyle?
P. Dunne?
So what'd you think about the music over Easy? What'd you think about the music? Remember how I told you that it slaps?
Oh yeah, but P. Dunne's theme music. Did I say that I didn't like it?
Yeah.
I think I said something pretty outlandish where I was like, it's one of the best. It was one of the best ones in NXT. You said you were going to go back and listen to it. So.
Yeah, it slaps. It's really fitting for him, but I think there are others that are better.
Oh, for sure, for sure. There's other.
But it's a damn good
but
one.
For me, it's doon 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 doon. Oh shit!
This is the acapella portion of
for
the
me,
420 podcast.
When I start singing the
Sponsor us,
Pete Dunnes,
Pentatonics.
I start segueing into other theme songs, which means it's a little generic for me.
Interesting.
But,
Okay.
you know,
Interesting.
I'm just real picky about it.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
But yo, man, everything in that match looked like it hurt.
Oh,
Everything.
that was fun. That was good shit.
Like, where do you start? I mean, I know you would start the fucking suplex through the ladder.
Oh my god.
The ladder. That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Like that match kicked so much ass.
They hurt each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like-
didn't even.
That guillotine spot where Pete just kind of just goes dead.
Just a Wednesday at the office. I didn't even realize that was a ladder match until they were about to start it, and I was like, "This is about to be a fucking ladder match. This is going to be brutal."
Yeah,
and they was
A match where there's no championship, but both guys get over somehow.
Yeah, I mean, there were
no
stakes.
matter who wins. There were stakes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the advantage for War Games. But like, besides that, bragging rights, and both these superstars, I think, just like elevated themselves with a performance like that on a Wednesday night program.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So do we think?
What about
Do you think Pete Dunne's going to be challenging for the NXT title eventually? Is he the guy?
I'd love to see it.
I think
I want to.
I think he's the guy.
Like I could see I could see Undisputed Era winning at War Games. Because they've lost at War Games, and then immediately been heated right back up with championships. So it's not the worst thing in the world to lose War Games.
Yeah.
But you could put Pete against anybody, and they're like, "Oh, that's a match I want to see," and then that's a match he could win.
No doubt.
Like,
oh man, he is a sexy beast.
He is.
Maybe he can't be called the Bruiserweight forever.
Hey, I like it.
Probably not.
It's a great nickname when he was in the Cruiserweight Classic, but I think it just kind of marries him to the cruiserweights, which is can be a handicap.
I think it works the other option. It helps me forget that he's a cruiserweight.
Okay, well, shit.
Okay, yeah,
I can see that.
I think that's the intended.
Anything to make me forget that. I think that's good for him.
Truth.
I mean, I wish it did. It doesn't have to mean that, but I know what that means in WWE language.
Most of the main event scene on NXT are cruiserweights, so it's all good. Anything else happen? We got to see more of that strange storyline with Xia Li and Boa.
Xia Li.
What's going on there? They were in a car and they looked like they were both like really deathly ill, and then they I don't know what's going on, but
I think we're getting a new character.
Yeah, they got the old sensei kind of guy, and then they keep referencing some mysterious other character.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Why not?
We had.
I'm into it.
Yeah. No, we already talked about that. Yeah. So,
were you high on anything else in NXT? We don't have to talk about. We don't have to talk about every damn match on every show.
No, we good.
Yeah.
No, let's move on to the.
You know what I was most high on this week was Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn. Man. You texted us about that, baby bad.
Yeah.
And I hadn't watched SmackDown when I got that text, but I was just like, oh, I cannot fucking wait.
Just beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I thought I loved their match at WrestleMania, but this was their best match together by far.
Just two geniuses working together.
Yeah, it could have main evented. It probably should have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Intercontinental Championship used to mean.
Yes.
That's the matches that it used to represent.
Well, and that's Daniel Bryan's vision for it. He wants it to be defended every week. And I that's why I kind of thought maybe they're going to take it off Sammy now. But then after that match, I was like, I want to see these guys go, do a series. And then after the match, it seems like we're going Big E and Sami Zayn now.
No, I like that.
Which I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been waiting on them to do something. If you're going to take them away from New Day, just why? Just like give him something to do. Give him something to play around with. Feed him.
That was good. That whole 10 count handshake thing. We're slowly. Big E, I don't feel like is ever going to lose his playful side, but we got to see some fire sometimes,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that was good shit. I loved that match. What about we're talking about SmackDown now.
Who we started off with. I mean, if we're going to talk SmackDown, we can go back to Raw, but
the main story.
Who we started off with, the main story, the man who is carrying the program right now for me, Roman Reigns. Man, I am a Roman Reigns fan right now. Holy shit!
It's good to be out of the closet as a Roman Reigns fan.
Yeah,
bro,
it feels like I have space.
KO came up to him in the hallway during that promo, and he was talking to Roman, as KO would. And while he was talking to him, I got nervous for KO. Like, I was like, KO, you shouldn't talk to this man like this. You don't know him, man. He's going to fuck you up. Like, do not. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit, man.
You know what? Again, what helped that so much again was fucking Paul Heyman's horrified look on his face when Kevin Owens walked up. He was what the fuck are you doing, you idiot?
Yes. And you're so right.
That, if you guys haven't seen, which is worth watching, is Paul Heyman and Kevin Owens' segment on Talking Smack, which I never watched, but something on Instagram was like, you got to check out this. This is like legendary little exchange between them, and it was really fucking good. But going back to the actual night of SmackDown, yes, Roman Reigns is unbelievably cool.
Man, so good.
Does it get better than that?
And
I think Jay is to a point now where I think maybe our first episode I was talking about how I don't know about Jay in a pay-per-view, like as in a singles competition, like he shouldn't be going for titles right now because we haven't seen him do this by himself. Now I'm like, yes, this dude is a solo wrestler. Like he is credible. I can see him main eventing SmackDown for more weeks if he wanted to with this storyline. Like how violent he got, on Otis.
Oh man, he fucked Otis up with that chair.
Yeah, he did.
God damn! I was like, do people hate Otis? Like he's getting the work with this chair. Is he a? Vince was like, give him some fucking stiff ones. God damn, he was supposed to be more
his
popular.
Girl, his Money in the Bank, and he gets his ass whooped.
Blue collar working man. He comes out and he gets his shit handed to him by this chair. Oh my god, that thing was fucking Otis up.
It was uncomfortable for a bit.
He's done, dude. Otis is done.
Bro.
Anyway,
but I'm digging Jay's like mental breakdown.
But he's being fucked around now. Like, how much can Jey Uso take? We thought Roman was okay with what he did at Survivor Series, but then he takes him to task. He talks him down. So Roman he's not quick to give approval, and he's really solidifying Jay's role as a pawn in this thing, which is like, God Almighty. He thought he was going to come out and be like, you did the right thing at Survivor Series, even though I told you to leave. You came back and family first, but
right.
he really talked him down, and I guess that's the point.
Yeah, it's about winning.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna make a champion out of you.
Wow.
Maybe that's where maybe there's a future solo title reign in Jay's future.
See, it's about winning.
I'd love to see it.
It's about winning, and that's the thing that maybe Jay's not getting now, is that even though he doesn't win, like he keeps going for the chair, like what he did with Kevin Owens. And I kind of thought, okay, he couldn't beat Kevin Owens, so he's going to take the chair and he's going to make him fear the family as opposed to just beating him.
And that did get a positive response out of Roman, though.
Did it though?
I might have misspoke. It didn't work. I didn't mean to say winning. It's about showing that dominance.
But it didn't work.
Right.
That's why he was mad. Like, if he had been able to finish the job, he liked that he went for the chair and wasn't worried about winning the match. But the fact that Kevin Owens was able to turn the tables, well, fuck you then.
And that is incredibly nuanced, and that is what I love about this program right now.
And
there's so many layers.
It's kind of like an AEW story in WWE.
They're building it that way. Yeah,
I mean, like if AEW had that level of production and had the right camera angles, they have a million stories with that level of nuance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish AEW because we can tell stories of nuance just like them. We got just do that.
Wow.
Use your production, have a couple stories with nuance, and you can rule the world.
Yeah. Kevin Owens really knocked that out of the ballpark.
Yeah, he did,
bro.
From the start, every segment he did, from like being right there to help Daniel Bryan. I don't even remember what his line was, but he kept throwing Jey Uso off, and Jay was finally like, "You know where to find me, KO." And Kevin Owens is like, tells the ref, like, "Take care of him. I'm going where he's going." And then he kind of like shakes his face. I was like, "Oh, go get him!" I was really into that. Every segment he did, he just made me. He's what they want Otis to be. This like blue collar kind of guy, that every man that you can get behind. Kevin Owens is that Stone Cold, you know.
I think we talked. I think that might have been something I said while we were watching Survivor Series. Otis is the cosplay version of KO.
You did say that, and that's 100% right on. That's where I'm getting it from. That's exactly right.
Like, if you make a joke of KO, it's Otis.
Yes.
So a shame. They should never be next to each other.
No, we don't want us. KO and Keith Lee, I'll watch. Keith Lee and Otis, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kevin Owens really killed it. He was my VIP this week. I think I'm really stoned on KO.
Yeah.
And he's
Tell
he
you
really
who I'm also.
go.
ahead.
Who are you high on?
Bro, I am high on Bianca Belair, man.
Oh, dude.
And Vince, just please don't fuck it up. I know you listen to this program. I know you do. So just, please, man, please don't fuck up Bianca. They put a visual of a braid on the screen for her entrance. Not sure how I feel about it, but, we're going to keep going with it. But I like seeing her get wins. She's so talented. I just don't want them to fuck this up. Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck this up, Terry. Don't fuck this up.
They're doing a good thing, I think, by putting her with Bayley. See, I thought Bayley was taking some time off, but maybe this is a better call. And if she can, elevate, I think she's the one to elevate Bianca Belair.
Yes.
And
I think you're exactly right.
It was very funny when I was watching SmackDown. I just watched it today, and I saw Natty on the screen, and it just like opened. It came back from commercial, and it was like Natty already in the ring, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, Natty, I gotta fast forward." And then I was like, "I don't care." And then I saw Bianca, and I was like, "Oh wait, maybe I do." And I pushed play, and then I watched it. But yeah, I don't know.
And you know what? Like, and that is, like I said, that's one thing that AEW does not have. It doesn't have an Natalia.
No,
No.
Like
the mid card doesn't seem as much like the mid card. They make you care about every storyline better.
I just mean like a solid, good ass wrestler that everybody knows how to have a banger match with
That
at
too.
any given moment. Like like that is that there is
That's that depth.
to kind of dip into our old profession of being performers. I once did a show where the understudy, who's a career ensemble person, finally got their chance to be like the lead. And they were a passable lead. Above average, I'll say. Passable. But the entire ensemble fell apart without them. Because that's what they're truly great at.
Wow.
Like, everything underneath them was a hot mess. Now, they were doing a fairly good job as the star. But you could find better. You could find a better star, but you couldn't find anyone who could have held the ensemble together like them.
That's interesting. Yeah, some people are just better suited for that kind of thing.
Like, and I think Natalia is great for these young, establishing wrestlers. Like, it was almost a joke for a while. Like, everybody's first feud was with Natalia. She was part of the welcoming party.
Yeah.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
That's how Dolph Ziggler is, right?
Yeah, like having a bunch of people like that at your disposal and a history of that position and being grooming guys to be that guy, having that all in place. It pays dividends in projects like Bianca Belair because you're not going to send her out there to have a stinker.
No.
She needs a sure hand, and you got him.
Whew.
I'll tell you what's not a sure hand. What is this Carmella rework? What is it?
Listen.
What is it? Is she leather wearing Carmella? Is this like a different Carmella iteration?
I don't know.
She's mean now. She's mean, and she thinks she's better than everybody.
Yes.
I'm over
She's
it
kind of
already.
snobby because that's the only kind
Is
of
she
woman
mean?
that the WWE can write.
She's holding champagne, and Sasha comes in and into the room and just beats her down. She's mean. Like what are we watching?
I think it's just another case of them building up something too much that was never going to be that big of a deal. Carmella's coming back with a slight repackage. She's a heel again. She's untouchable. She's nothing but she's like just a run of the mill heel. There's nothing major or big deal that they're bringing her back with. They just did too many weeks of like, who is this mysterious? They should have just been like, Carmella's coming back and she's got a new attitude, and then we'd have been like, okay, fine. She's doing a feud with Sasha. She's gonna lose. But it's like I don't even really care about this feud with Sasha, and I was so high on Sasha after she won the belt.
Yeah, same.
And she looks faker. Let's just say it, Carmella. She looks way more fake. I'm sorry.
She does.
Yeah.
Like there was something endearingly her about the last one. Maybe just because we'd been long term invested in that character.
Yep, all the way from dance breaking and everything like that. So
Stop that.
I loved that. I love that time
we miss
period.
Ellsworth. We miss him. We do.
Oh my gosh! Hey, you know us Oscar fans are very sensitive with that word, so just keep that to yourself.
You respect the original women's Money in the Bank winner.
No chin music. I love him.
No chin music. Hate
That was good shit. That was good shit. Anyway,
oh man,
SmackDown.
Anything else on SmackDown, or
we got?
Monday?
SmackDown is, I think, is my favorite. Is becoming my favorite show to watch every week. I don't. I didn't see that happening. I was always like such an NXT is my brand kind of thing, but SmackDown, I find like I'm really enjoying it. Now, I will say the whole thing with the Mysterio family. It's so cringe what they're doing with
so
Buddy,
bad,
and
man.
then talk about like good guys being bad guys. How are they making Baron Corbin look like a good guy?
Yes, bro.
How do you do that? He's the most.
Yeah, I don't even
so
know what to speak
dumb,
on
man.
that.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it's not worth talking about.
Boo to that.
Yeah, that was the worst part of the program. So I don't even know that it's worth.
Horrible.
I think you said it perfectly.
Like, does it make you like Corbin, or does it just make you hate the Mysterios and Murphy and Dominic?
Yeah, it's like you hate everybody.
Now you just hate everybody.
It makes you hate the whole program.
Yeah, you can't. It is impossible to make me like Corbin. You just made me hate everybody else.
They made Rey Mysterio look like an annoying little shit in that match. I was just like, Rey, get off the fucking mat, dude. What are you doing? Like, have some respect for the match. You're a good guy. It didn't make any sense. Moving on. What happened on Raw?
Qualifying matches. I was really into that. Yeah. For the triple threat?
That's right. I think that was
Riddle Sheamus. That was.
I did hear that was a great match.
Pretty good. It was pretty stellar.
What do you feel about the three match series that we've seen through Matt Riddle and Sheamus? I didn't see it, so I'm just gonna ask questions about it. Like, how do you feel like the development of that mini on-air feud has been?
Now that I've seen Matt Riddle come out on top, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it either. And I think my fear when we were talking about it, JB, is that I thought Riddle was starting to job once he lost to Sheamus, but then you helped explain to me that he wasn't. That they look at him as a former champion, and not Cesaro, half of Cesaro and Sheamus. Yeah. So I have to remember that when I'm looking at how they were treating him. And now I like it because Riddle came out on top, just like
and he earned it apparently.
Mm-hmm.
He earned it with increasingly more impressive performances, so I've heard. And hopefully they don't overdo it. Stop. You can stop right now.
Right, all right. But yeah, no, I liked that one. I really don't know what this Asuka and Lana, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler thing is, happening. Like, I just don't want to see Asuka do anything with Lana.
No.
I don't think Lana should be in the same ring.
Again, I don't know what the experiment is with Lana. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't believe this was a babyface thing, because it can lead to no match. It cannot lead to a match because Lana can't wrestle good enough to put a big match on. It's just why so there is no building of her. This was just to pop one man in the back.
Right. I'm high on Keith Lee Bobby.
Dude, that was fun.
Oh yeah?
That was real fun. You want to talk about just two big black behemoths? I'm black, so y'all calm down. But two big black behemoths. I was in heaven. I was like, well, when have I ever seen this?
That's for real. Like, I'm gonna get that quote some context, man. Like, you don't often get to see two black high level popular wrestlers. Like, if you started watching wrestling when we did, you will go 10, 15 years without seeing that. It's a lot of fun to see.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I've probably seen two little people wrestle more than there have been matches like that on WWE TV.
I think you definitely
yes. Yeah, that's crazy.
It was amazing to me that Bobby Lashley, who's in and of himself a gigantic human, still pulled off making Keith Lee look so gigantic. Just like the whole act of like not being able to wrap the Hurt Lock around him, it just made Keith Lee look so good. And Maybe I'm so obsessed with music and entrances as a theater person that I'm so wrapped up in that as being a part of his success. But I just feel like Keith Lee's stock is like shooting right back up again.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
There's a whole part of his match that you're looking forward to.
Yes.
I also like to say the bit of symmetry that Bobby Lashley's Hurt Locker is the master lock of which he was the first to break.
What'd you say? That? Say that one more time.
Bobby Lashley's Hurt Locker is the master lock of which he was the first to break out of.
Oh.
Remember the Master Lock Challenge?
I do, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was the one that broke out. Sean got close, but Lashley was the one they gave that honor to. Finally break the Master Lock Challenge.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Nerd, I'm a nerd.
Yes, you are. We're thankful. That's dope.
What do you mean you're a nerd?
Look at you.
You're a nerd. What are you talking about? We're sitting here recording a podcast that like 4 people are going to listen to. This is, we're not nerds. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're totally cool. We kiss ladies on the mouth all the time. Look at us.
What's a lady?
Look at us. We barely can record this podcast because of all the sex we're busy having.
I know. God, I got to get back to it really quickly here.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of sex, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss.
Ooh. Yeah, this was going on.
I
hate you.
I was really into that too, man. Like Alexa Bliss, like going in between, like she was like demonic, and then she like went back to being like, oh, I'm Alexa Bliss, I'm face in this match. Oh, please help me, I don't know what I'm doing. And then like turned on Nikki Cross again, back to being demonic. Like I was like, this is good acting. I was like, Alexa Bliss is not a great in-ring wrestler for me, but her character is always interesting. I was into it.
I agree. I like what they're doing here, bringing Nikki in and making Alexa a lot more a part of the Fiend's universe and his storyline. And I did not see the Fiend interfering in that match. But
yeah.
Anyway,
I felt like that was my turn to jump in, but I had to see the match. So I was just like, well, I had nothing to add. I'm thinking to myself, like, I should see that match.
Yeah.
I hope Ariam said something because I haven't seen it.
Well, I had like just talked, so I was like, I went and then Over Easy went and then JP turned to say something. I forgot.
Remember an hour ago?
Anyway,
you gotta carry me in Monday Night Raw because I haven't seen
it. Anyway, man, I'm high. I'll tell you. Also, we did skip the beginning of the show, and it was a pretty good match too. I think it's worth mentioning. New Day, Hurt Business. That was pretty good. I like seeing Shelton in the ring, not speaking, and Cedric Alexander is a stud. You already know how I feel about New Day.
There was some funny business with a restart. I heard there was like an accident or some shit.
Yeah, what did happen there? It was I can't remember. It was a long time ago that I watched Monday Night Raw. But yeah,
my insider sources say there was like just a legitimate whoopsie.
And it did seem like there was something legit going on. Yeah, because then MVP got in the ring and was like, "Don't be pussies, let's restart the match. That's a chicken shit way to win." I forget what the business was that happened.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that too.
Oh God, yeah, but
did somebody come out to the ring or something?
Something clearly went wrong, and they tried to end the match. I think maybe there was a count out or something. I can't remember. But they restarted it and got the momentum back up. But I never read the dirt sheets to find out what actually happened there.
Man, I can't remember. I cannot remember.
That was a fun match, though. I liked their business beforehand, and challenging the Hurt Business, challenging New Day. It was fun.
Hurt Business is dangerously close to me buying a T-shirt.
Me too.
They're too cool to hate. They're too cool to hate.
I got every other black tag team shirt. Might as well.
You got to add to it.
It's not bad.
Got to add to it.
That's not a bad collection to have.
No.
I'm with you on that one.
What else happened on Raw? What was the main event? We had AJ Styles and Randy Orton. Right?
Oh yeah.
That was the one. Yeah. That was the one the Fiend interfered in that I referred to. Right. I'm having a hard time remembering.
That's because
Me
we
too.
are smoking some very good weed. Provided
That's the whole.
by
That's the whole point
all
of the
different
show.
kinds of people.
Shit.
That's the gimmick. We forget. I just remember being very excited about the Fiend and Randy Orton at the end of that show, and excited for this triple threat match next week. We have AJ Styles beating Randy Orton in the main event, so we're gonna get AJ Styles, Keith Lee, and Matt Riddle in a triple threat next week.
Shit.
Which is gonna be pretty fucking rad.
Okay.
Excited about that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
I liked that.
The phenomenal one.
It put some stakes on every match on Raw, like
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, it was awesome because it could have just been, Matt Riddle, Sheamus. Even Bobby Lashley, Keith Lee without stakes still would have been good. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like it just made everything more heightened.
I kind of liked how they started the show, or I think this was this past Monday Night Raw, how they had all the Survivor Series team out there, and it was basically like the dude Adam Pearce, who just like came out of nowhere as like the authority figure on the show, but it's cool. He basically is saying like, since you guys swept Survivor Series, all of you can like give your spiel about why you should be the number one contender, and then apparently he saved Braun Strowman last but not least, and that apparently set Braun Strowman off that you would wait till last to ask him. So he fucking headbutts Adam Pearce and gets suspended. It just didn't make any. Braun Strowman is the most boggled character of all time. Like, what is he? Like, I don't understand. But I guess he's suspended now, or maybe it's a work. Maybe he's injured. I read. I don't know. That whole thing was stupid. But I liked how they built the new number one contender on Raw from the Survivor Series team. That was a bit of continuity that I did not expect them to do, and that was cool.
And that's all you got to do. Make some things make sense. We want to follow you.
We do badly, so badly.
We really want this to make sense. And if you give us just an inkling of a story, we'll latch on to it and fill in the blanks for you.
If 2 years from now Matt Riddle is still referring to his Survivor Series teammates by their nicknames like Skipper and Fireface and shit like that,
just even offhandedly,
it'll be a win. Yeah.
But like the thing is, that's what AEW does so well. Like they really do reward you for knowing what the hell you've been watching all this time. And
that's what we want for being fucking nerds. We want to be rewarded for knowing these things that happened years ago.
Like that shit's like, remember that shit in the FTR Bucks match where they did a meeting in the middle?
Yes.
Like, come on, brother. That's cool as shit.
We need these Easter eggs.
You know it. By. You know the move. Come on, you know the move. Nah. So this AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle match.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a prime example of everything the WWE can give us and everything WWE can take away from us.
Oh wow.
Keith Lee and Matt Riddle already know how to wrestle great matches. They did it at PGW. They've done some of the most incredible stuff that you've ever seen. They've already done it. In a version of AEW, they basically just say, hey, go do one of them. And they feel like they just let them do it. In this, they've got the opportunity to do one even better. You've added AJ freaking Styles to this match. So now it can be even better than anything you saw on PWG. Ooh, did some good runs. How they can't mess this up. Are you worried that they will?
Well, I feel like for me, the only way they could mess it up is to have AJ Styles win. I mean, I don't know. And that's just me who's a fan of these new guys, especially Keith Lee. But it makes sense that AJ Styles would win. I don't know how you mess this match up. I mean, but of course I know. Like you have somebody interfere, you do a schmoz finish, you have a good match that has a unsatisfying ending, some bullshit, Sheamus running in and interfering,
Just leave. You have three incredible talents, two of them young and needing a chance to soar. Just let these people fly.
Yeah, this could be a star making.
You got AJ in there to call the match.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of one of the things I'm so excited for with Keith Lee. This is one thing I think is going to be great about next week. I'm super excited. You have two guys that can work a Keith Lee style match. No Otises to be found.
Yes.
You know, no weird stuff. You get people who can bump around and do monstrous stuff for Keith Lee, and Keith Lee can show some of the crazy shit that he can do, and it's gonna be a fucking banger.
Matt Riddle and Keith Lee can go together.
They can go together.
It's been a while, but that's gonna be, and then AJ Styles can go with anybody. So
Anybody.
I just feel like they need to give him like a solid 17 minutes at least.
And back off.
And back the fuck off. Yeah. Road Dogg, we don't need you to agent this one.
We don't need you. Please, if you're listening, Road Dogg, come smoke with me. All right? Come smoke with me. Then you guys grab him, and then I'll sit on him, and we'll hold him here. And
you didn't know? I'm about to fuck this matchup.
I hate you so very much.
Exactly.
Well,
that should be fun. I mean, I don't think that there's bad shit always, but at least on every show, I think at the top of the card, I'm invested.
Yeah,
and that's it. I feel like that's all I can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I feel greedy. I feel greedy asking for too much more than that.
Because the cat is back, and don't play in my kitty litter. Because I'm about to take a nap, night, and rub my little paws on your face.
What the fuck?
Like
This
to
episode.
nuzzle behind you. I might pee in your crawl space and run around at 4 a.m. like a crazy person. My eyes glow in dark.
And I've got 9 lives. So you can kill me, and I've got 8 more.
Oh my gosh!
Maybe it's the demon who pees in cat litter.
Oh, she's...
The Finn Balor is good.
That's why he come out crawling. He's
yeah,
the
the
cat
demon.
litter.
He's an animal. He goes in litter. I get it. Anyway, let's end on litter. What do you say?
Yeah, baby.
It was a pretty good week in wrestling. I give it like a B+.
think so.
Was a good week.
So we're gonna sign off here, but then we've got exciting shit coming up.
Yeah,
a week
man,
from
I'm
today.
really excited.
War Games. Should we jump on and do like an instant reaction thing like we did last week with Survivor Series?
I think we should.
Yeah.
It's always good
Sounds
to talk
good to
about
me.
it when things are fresh. That's what I've realized the most as we're doing this. I think is episode 5 of the 420 Wrestling Hour, but it is
I got 5 on it.
yeah, smoking on that Indo weed, which we are, and I've learned that it is a show about weed and wrestling. So oftentimes I'll jump on here and I don't want to come up with an outline or anything because I want it to just be organic. But then I'm like, well, I am stoned, and I watched Monday Night Raw a long time ago. So at the very least, I need to like brush up on these shows before I come on and try to talk about them. That's what I pledge to you two, my co-hosts.
I finally got my note situation on lock, so I think I know how I'm going to take notes throughout the week.
We're learning and improving. At least I'm trying to. Anyway.
Hey, where can I find the rankings of the wrestlers and tag teams?
Oh, on the PWI list?
Yeah.
I would just Google it. Google like PWI 500.
Yeah. And you
then
can
somebody...
daze and be amazed at the FTR as they tower above us all with their hairy bellies. And
the greatest tag team of 2020.
Greatest. Look at them, looking down on them. But yo, Street Profits, New Day on there. Gorillas, the Gorillas of Destiny are on there. Like there's some great tag teams on there. So.
Yeah, there was a team from TNA that I guess that's really good.
Oh, the North? Oh, yeah, I love the fucking North.
The North, which seems like a cool gimmick, but I don't watch TNA, so I don't know.
I got a personal beef with Ethan Page, all right? He tried to attack the loved one of mine, kayfabe. He's a perfectly good person. He's great. Not calling the law on him. But the wrestler Ethan Page tried to attack someone I love personally.
Who's that?
I am calling out Ethan Page.
As played by Julian, of course.
As played by Julian.
But what did
Julian is a great guy.
What did he do?
He cursed very vehemently at my loved one, but that got him super kicked in the face by a retired wrestler, Smiley Collie, at Freelance Wrestling, and so that he got what he deserved. But the beef isn't over.
Yeah, actually cursed at your loved one.
He cursed at my loved one.
I remember
and that
this now.
distraction
Yes, of course.
got him kicked in the face.
Wow, that's
Lost
true.
him his belt because he was busy yelling at my loved one.
God Almighty.
But I still want my revenge.
I want to go to a freelance show again, man. I miss that shit so much.
Oh, man. I love being front row at freelance.
God Almighty. I can't...
Sponsor us, freelance.
I can't go to one of these socially distanced shows. It just doesn't seem right to me. But I want to support them, so eventually I will if that's what we got to do.
Yeah, get out there to Indiana.
Now, see, I'm not doing that. It's Chicago punk rock wressling. I'm watching it in Chicago. Nowhere else.
If they can't get no spaces in Chicago, where you gonna get it?
Yeah, Pritzker sucking the life out of these small businesses. These are the signs. When I moved back to the Midwest and out of a big city, every like house in my neighborhood has signs that say Pritzker sucks. Yeah. And then in small letters it says the life out of small businesses. Like, oh my God. But anyway, we won't get into politics.
Statewide politics.
Wrestling is politics, but it is what it is. Anyway, this was it. This was episode 5. The 420 Wrestling Hour.
5 times.
Yes,
5 times. I don't know if I did it 5 times.
You did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All
so
right.
smoke 5 bowls, smoke 5 joints, and come catch us next week on the 420 Wrestling Hour. Deuces.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
Peace.